Hello everyone, welcome to the Patch Us In podcast. I am your host this week, Hamish, and I'm back with the boys, Hugh.
I'm one of the boys!
And Tom.
I'm also one of the boys.
Can I just say we're removing Hugh as one of the boys after that intro? Just play it cool, man. Jeez.
He was so excited just to be involved in something this week.
That's because he gets kicked out of everything that he does usually.
This is the No Hughes Club.
Yeah. We can have one. But...
It's like the No Homers Club.
So guys, I'm going to start off this podcast. I'm going to give you a choice. I've got two stories.
Okay.
And you can have the one that makes me look pretty good, or the one that makes me look like a total idiot, basically.
Obviously that one.
I'm going to tell both, but which way do you want them?
The only one I'm going to listen to is the one you...
I would say idiot one first, and then you can redeem yourself in the second arc.
Okay.
So he's going to need a lot more stories.
So I was round at my friend Raymond and Sinead's house, and a lot of time we'll just have a drink. We'll put on TV, and it's fairly older TV that they had, and there's some issues sometimes connecting with it. You know, on YouTube you just go on and you can fire songs onto the queue.
Aye.
And I just couldn't be bothered with that shit. It wasn't letting my phone connect. So I was like, you know what, fuck this. So I had a couple of drinks and went on, bought him a TV, right? A new 2021 model, and I was like, surely that one will be fine to, to go online and to get streamed to it. So a couple of days later, TV shows up, get it all installed and stuff like that, sit down, have a drink, and it's still not connecting. And I'm like, that's weird. Why? What is going on here?
Yeah.
And Sinead goes, hey Mish, when was the last time you updated your YouTube app on your phone? Turns out that's all it was.
Oh, my god.
That's an expensive mistake.
Yeah, £600 expense mistake. Yeah.
Idiot.
Yeah. But, right, so
I know.
they needed it anyway. It wasn't even a 4K TV they had.
Aye.
It didn't have the Ks, mate.
Didn't have the kid. Hugh's just like looking down at him, scoffing his nose, going, oh,
King K sitting here.
don't say King K.
King K rule.
But the hopefully redeeming story. I was in work and there's like a bell to get, workers' attention and stuff like that. So bell goes and I walk up and the lassie on the till is like, oh, you need to go chase a dog. And I'm like, sorry, what? Like, a woman came in and her dogs ran away. You need to go and get it. And I'm like, okay. Like, as if I'm going to be good at chasing a dog. But
Yeah.
So I go around and try to find it, and then I catch up with a woman and I'm saying, don't chase it because then they'll just run away. They'll think it's a game.
Yeah.
Crouch down, you know what I mean? Or walk away, make it follow you. But by the time I got there, you guys know what's behind my work.
Yeah.
A train track.
Yeah.
So I had to climb this fence.
Oh,
big
Jesus.
jaggy fence. Go on to said train track to get this wee dog. There obviously weren't any trains at the time, but then I had to climb back over the fence without letting go of the dog because I knew it would run away again. A wee shitbag.
What kind of dog was it?
You know what I'd have said there, Hamish?
Not my problem.
Fuck that dog. Yeah.
He was just like, you got a train to catch.
Fuck them dogs.
What kind of dog was it? A wee sort of...
It was a wee like Shih Tzu
A wee
cross
cunt,
thing.
dog.
It was a wee
wee nippy dog.
Wee shitbag, yeah. But it wasn't a dog's fault, it just
Nah.
wasn't very trained. And when the guy was trying to like put the lead on it, he put it down in the car and then went and got the lead, and obviously it ran away. So,
Yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah, no, I'd have left that.
Yeah. That makes you a hero, Hamish. I think it makes you a hero.
sympathy for that person. This
I mean,
dog should have died, Hamish.
I mean, I don't like the idea that like just because I work with animals, I should know how to chase a dog better. Like,
Yeah.
that's
Just round them up.
Seems weird, you know what I mean? Like the dog whisperer type thing. But
No, what's that film? Chai Chai Bang Bang?
Wait, what?
I've never seen Chai Chai Bang Bang.
It's like the guy that captures all the kids.
Oh, the kid.
Oh, no, wait,
yeah.
that's another story.
Your biography.
There
I
it
get in there
is.
first.
No, I mean, I think you saved the wee dog from a train track. I mean, I know all the trains always show up late at that station,
Yeah.
so you may have
plenty
been
of
spared
time.
about half an hour.
Depending on your time, you might get the late one.
That's all that's kind of excitedly happening. I've not really been playing a whole lot. I've been watching a lot of stuff though. A few days I wasn't feeling that great. Can't remember if these were hangovers or like just not feeling well, but there was a few days that I was just spent in bed basically.
Yeah.
So I watched a bunch of stuff, like loads of films and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You seen, I think it's on Amazon Prime, The Dead Don't Die.
No.
The Bill Murray and Adam Driver one. It's like a zombie.
Oh yeah,
zombie
yeah.
one.
What's her face is in it as well?
Tilda Swinton.
Tilda Swinton,
Yeah.
yeah.
She plays like a Scottish ninja,
Yeah.
which is just so weird.
It's weird seeing Adam Driver act like weird. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm Adam Driver, and you're like, Wait, what?
See, the really weird thing about it is it's like it doesn't take itself seriously at all, and it totally like it breaks the fourth wall and pokes fun at itself and stuff like that. There's like a theme song like "The Dead Don't Die" that's playing in the opening credits, and then Adam Driver and Bill Murray, they're like sheriffs or cops, whatever, and they're driving. And the song's playing, and Bill Murray's like, "This sounds familiar, this song," and Adam Driver's like, "That's because it's the theme song."
Yeah.
And he keeps saying like throughout the film like, "Oh, this is going to end badly when the zombies start showing up." And then eventually Bill Murray asks him like, "Why do you keep saying that it's going to end badly?" And he's like, "You really want to know? I read the script." It's pure stupid wee jokes like that, and I'm watching it all the way through, and I'm like, I'm not laughing, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
It wasn't dead funny, it was just peculiar.
Yeah. Fourth wall breaks, some like Deadpool does it right, but like not many films do fourth wall breaks right.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Because you have to, it takes you away. You're like, oh, there's actually no stakes in this film now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because they're just going to talk to the camera and just turn around and do a
Yeah.
kind of look. Get
Raise
it?
the eyebrows out.
Yeah.
They went, get away from me. Get away from me. He's pepper spray in the eye.
There's very, very few places that you can get away with it, I think.
Yeah.
But that actually got me like thinking. I'm not really properly seen Adam Driver act, like, because see when you're watching Star Wars, you're looking at Kylo the character, not Adam Driver the actor. If you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I thought, like, what else is he in? And I watched this film, This Is Where I Leave You, which is just a sad film. This family dies, and it's like him,
Jesus,
Jason Bateman, and I can't remember the guy's name. He was in House of Cards, Ant-Man and the Wasp. He played like Yellow Jacket, David Cross, the bald guy. Him anyway. They're like brothers, and it's their whole family. Tina Fey in it and stuff like that.
Oh.
Dad dies, and then they do some Jewish tradition where you for 7 days don't work or go out anywhere. But it's basically just them kind of talking and reconnecting and stuff like that. But Adam Driver was actually really quite good in it. He plays a total idiot.
Hey,
Burnout.
He's quite good at that, isn't he?
Yeah.
He was in
definitely
that.
has that look.
Like, is it Mama's House? See, like the comedy that was made like years ago. Like it was basically Adam Sandler's friends. And Adam Driver, I think, was the lead. Oh, he was the main antagonist as a game programmer who was like, was just a nerd.
Never heard of that one, but
No,
have you seen Black Klansman?
That's good.
Yeah.
Black Klansman's really good. There's another Adam Driver film that Daniel Craig's in it as well. Fuck. And Channing
That's a weird name.
Channing Tatum's in it too, and it's really fucking good. Anyway, that's really good. It's on Amazon Prime too.
So what did you think of the you went from like a weird sort of fourth wall breaking, not so much haha comedy to a pure drama like that? Do you like his range that he has?
Yeah. No, he's actually like I'm appreciating him as an actor now. He's actually decent. Like, and I think it's he's hopefully not going to get typecast in roles like Kylo Ren and stuff like that. Because he does have range. But I think he's done quite a good few things since then. So
yeah,
I don't think that is the case. What else? Fuck. The Wrath of Man, new Guy Ritchie film.
Is he still making movies?
Aye.
Jesus.
It's pretty good. It's not like as spectacular or grandiose as like The Gentleman was. It's a lot more kind of lower budget. But
yeah.
How is it on the Snatch scale?
It's a different film because it's basically just Jason Statham. Whereas you've got like Snatch, there's an ensemble. There's all these stories going on.
Yeah.
Whereas with this, it's just one story, and then it kind of shows you a bit, and then it goes into the past and shows you why he's doing this.
And became a motorbike as well.
There is more bike in it.
Hey.
But it's good though. But Jason Statham, I'd say, carries it. It's an okay plot. It's based on there's like a remake of a French film.
Yeah, alright.
But if you've got a spare couple hours, I'd say watch it because it's just one of those films you're like, man, Jason Statham's cool.
Yeah.
Was
it on Adam? Adam, is it on Amazon or Netflix?
Is it on Adam Prime?
I think it's in the cinema just now.
All right, okay. Oh, cinema. That's right. They're open again.
Cinema.
Speaking of another cinema film, the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. Saw that.
Oh, all right.
Good.
It's all right. Yeah, actually, it holds its own. Like for a sequel, that you're always kind of worried. It's similar stuff. Obviously, Salma Hayek is in it. It's weird. It's kind of like a bit uncomfortable at times. Like right near the start of the film, she's talking about how tight she is and stuff like that, and it's just overly gratuitous in parts. You know what I mean? Just kind of like.
But that's what makes it funny because women shouldn't be saying stuff like that. They should be quiet and have no opinion. Ha 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 ha. That's what's funny, right? Right, guys? Right?
I don't know
Anyway.
what side of this argument you're falling on.
Can you not tell by my...
Because he sounds so convincing.
Yeah,
There.
so very convincing. You're like, Dom's one of those weirdos. But I did hear it was like
Thought that
pretty
was
funny. Gosh, fuck you.
Yeah, it's all right, but I don't see the director was saying like I'd be quite happy to, because obviously like, Ryan Reynolds gets like shot and beat up and like fucked about in it, and the director was saying I'd be quite happy just giving him a life of misery and keeping on doing these, but I don't think it's got the longevity. Like I don't want to see the hitman's bodyguards,
Babysitter.
dogs, grooming cousins,
Yeah.
postman. You know what I mean? Like I don't think there's much more left in the tank for that.
I mean, it's good like to have like movies that are good before they just become nonsense. I mean, like
I see a Fast 9
yeah,
transition coming in here.
yeah, like something like that. Like that. Living with your brother, he's just full of spoilers, man. He spoils so much, and then we spoiled
Well,
apart
to be
in
honest.
Fast and the Furious, and I'm like, why? He's like, oh, but I've seen it. I went, I know you've seen it, but I haven't seen it. But you need to see it. I went, I know what happens now because you've told me what happened. But yeah, like,
Did he say it was any good?
he just seen the one clip, but I've heard
Oh,
like,
right, okay, right,
yeah,
I thought you
but I
meant
have
something.
heard people turn around and say it's like, Vin Diesel has just now ruined Fast and the Furious franchise. I went, after what? After 9 films, now the series is getting ruined? Is this what you mean by it?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think you can ruin this film series now. I think it is what it is, and you expect the mentalness. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know where it can go. Like, I don't know what clip you're talking about, but man, fuck me, the amount of Vin Diesel memes that are in my
Oh,
phone
yeah.
right now.
Mate, I'm sure that was that was planned because they all just cropped up out of nowhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
the whole
To nauseam.
like,
I think that was like viral marketing.
the
Like,
T-Rex is too strong. He's like, nothing stronger than family. Like,
Yeah.
fuck off, man. Like,
Yeah.
it's not even that funny. Like,
No.
you know, it's when you look at it. But
Yeah. The best one I seen was the Dragon Ball one that I shared.
yeah.
That was funny because
Well,
it had
okay.
sense because it was family. Because you had Goku, Gohan, and Goten.
yeah, aye,
And Vin Diesel had like a Kamehameha face, and I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, well, okay.
I just wanted I'm in your face to come a trend again. I don't know if you've seen that video that was made like 6 or 7 years ago.
Oh yeah,
And it was
then-
like, whoa, man,
Yeah.
he was in my face. And then it's Tom going, I'm in your face. And it cuts back to, and it's Dom's face on it. Like, ooh. It's so fucking. I was like, oh, that should trend again, but it didn't.
Just but you see when you're saying like you don't know where the films can go. I saw a meme and it was just like the Fast and Furious guys should just fight the Avengers now, and it's getting to those levels of ridiculous. You know, what I mean? They are superhuman. Like,
Yeah,
I watched Hobbs and Shaw again.
Yeah.
Just I don't know why. I don't know
That
why I
film
put
with 4
myself through
endings?
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like 4 climaxes. And you're like, oh, this is the end of the film. No, it's
No.
that's-
Oh, what a set piece! What a way to end a film, and it's like, oh wait, now they're in Hawaii.
that's- like, fuck
having
is
a-
going?
just
Is
having a
that
good
Roman
time.
Reigns?
But you've got The Rock like literally like holding a jeep and a helicopter, like just holding it like Captain America did.
Yeah.
in, a
But
building.
Captain America was,
A super soldier.
super soldier.
Yeah. It's getting wild. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's fun, but
yeah,
that's
that's
what
the
it's
thing,
supposed to
like, no one. I don't think anyone, or at least if you are, you should be ashamed of yourself going into a Fast and the Furious film thinking it's going to be an Oscar winner. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna say right now that Fast and the Furious is basically American shonen right
Yeah,
now.
it's
It is like
shonen.
everything that's happened. It's like you got Vin Diesel being the main character, the
He's a
Goku.
protagonist.
It was like the first couple of Fast and the Furious movies. They're all Dragon Ball. It's kind of
Yeah,
a
like Paul Walker
yeah,
was Vegeta.
having a good time, and then the tone changes to Dragon Ball Z, where it's a bit ridiculous, and it's just like it's the climax we're having right now. It's just a bit.
And they go to space.
And yeah, it's just like that. It just that's what will eventually happen, And but then the thing is, it's more like the trope of you're my enemy, and then the best buds after it. Like, and then he's turned his back, and you're like, this is fucking weeb. This is weebs on wheels.
Yeah.
I want there to be a nitro scene in this one.
Oh, there's got
Where
to be,
they
man.
flick a switch and then push down on the nitro button, and then like everyone just goes "Doo," like that
Oh,
noise.
like,
like when they're driving.
Lightspeed, like Lightspeed Nitro.
like Lightspeed
if they're
Nitro.
going into space.
Like every Fast and Furious film needs nitro.
Aye,
do.
I mean, even Hobbs and Shaw had Nitro when
Yeah,
they've got a big daisy chain of trucks. And
Yeah.
they all do it. It's so ridiculous, man.
I think I was watching Hobbs and Shaw, and I was like, whoever wrote this, like, it knew exactly they could do whatever they wanted, and
Yeah.
people would go, "Oh, that makes sense." Like The Rock jumping out of that building,
Yeah.
like to chase the guy down a building.
Yeah.
And I was like, That's not real.
That's fine as long as he grabs people on the way down.
Yeah. Like gravity works like that, right?
And he lands on him and he's fine, and you're like, wait,
right?
Is he an actual rock?
I did also watch some streamers. I watched this guy called Dom streaming on Patches in Gaming.
Yeah.
And I watched this guy Hugh playing. And you know who else I watched? I actually watched Hamish. You know why I watched Hamish? Because Hamish didn't remember a fucking thing from his stream.
Okay, we need to talk about this, man.
Right.
Oh,
I watched that one clip and it was mostly hiccups. You're like, I don't know. And I was like, oh, he's drunk.
Do you know what I liked about it? Is the very start of it when you were trying to put the webcam on and you kept showing the window screen going, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Tom, help.
That's because I had to do like a display capture instead of a window capture.
Yeah, it was funny.
I wasn't working on the. I don't know if it was because of the Xbox streaming thing, because I was playing on my laptop. I was playing the Xbox, if you know what I mean.
Right. Okay.
I don't know if it was something to do with that. I was just couldn't be bothered setting it up.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, at least you know what, you gave it a good try, and I thought you were funny.
I remember three things.
Right.
Oh no!
I remember the character creation when like Yumi and Angie were talking and decided to make it look as Viking as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I remember pressing X dodges, and I remember thinking like, oh, that's like kind of Assassin's Creed. And I remember that when you climb, you have like stamina.
Yeah,
that's
What
all
game
I
are you
remember.
playing
Jesus.
again? Oh, Immortals Phoenix Rising.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. Like, well, like I didn't get the notification, so I didn't know you were streaming because I don't think you put in the chat either. But
No, it was kind of last minute.
Yeah, the only time I knew was when I think it was the next day you said thanks for watching Dom and Angie, and I was like, oh no, he streamed that. I never noticed. Then Dom put that clip in. I was like,
because like we were watching some Rick and Morty, and well, I was like, we'll be right back, and we just watched a few episodes. We came back in, and you were just like, I was thinking, I got to stop. And then you couldn't stop laughing. I went, Jesus, hey, was you okay? And then he's like, right, boys, I'm going to raid. Do you remember this?
Yes, I do actually know. I was pressing the button and it was
no raid. You kept raiding and cancelling it. No, you kept raiding and cancelling it. It said raid has been cancelled. Raid is starting. Raid has been cancelled. and you're like, I'm like, Hamish, are you okay? Just leave it. Hamish, like, I'm fine.
Oh, that is such a Hamish line. I'm fine.
As he's doing something ridiculous. So who are you trying to raid? Is it anybody cool?
It was Heat Hunter TV or Heat Hunter or something. It was a Scottish guy who does play COD.
Right.
Alright, cool.
But see, I wasn't intending on getting that drunk, but like I had half a litre of Jack Daniels left from some other night, so I just had that, and that would have been fine. But then I was like, I'm kind of in the mood for this now, so I had like half a bottle of Hague left as well.
Oh,
so,
I knew, like, see when you started hiccuping, I'm like, he's had half a bottle and something else. That's like half a bottle and maybe gasoline or something.
But see, I was working the next day, but I was working from home. I was doing like a course, so I was working at like 10 o'clock, rolled out of bed like 20 to 10, you know what I mean? Put on a shirt, and you put on your webcam, and for some reason, like, when you go into groups, because there's a bunch of us doing the course. Like,
is it Teams you're doing on?
Microsoft Teams.
Oh, fuck Teams,
so we go out in these wee breakout groups when we got like an assignment and stuff like that. And for some reason, it's always been falling to me to be the spokesperson and say what the groups came up with. And I'm talking to like one of the head people in the company, and I'm just kind of talking, and I'm getting through it fine. But in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, am I about to vomit on camera? Like, am I about to throw up in front of one of the most important people in the business? Like,
hell yeah, let it ride.
I managed to hold it in and just kind of like wrap it up quickly and be like, and that's us.
Just slightly go off camera.
I don't know if I told that story of me being on Teams, like when I was in work. When I was sitting, we're sitting in the back of my back office, and I'm like, okay, this is just a general meeting, and just sitting, just like a couple of days beforehand, one of the lassies just said like, oh, Dom, we need to get that chair replaced. My house is like, it just doesn't seem to work. You sit on it, you go, the spring goes up and you try to come down, it just keeps falling down. I'm like, I'll have a look into it. Didn't think anything of it, you know. And I sit on it and I go, there's no problem with this seat. So I'm sitting on the Teams call and they're like, okay, this is what we're going to be doing for this week. This is the targets. And I'm like, Then all of a sudden, fall to the left hand side, hit my back off. I'm like, I could look up and I could see one of the boys just go looking over, going, "Where the fuck did Tom go?" And I just turned off the camera and got back up, and my back was in agony, like fucking hell. And I got back on and sat the rest of the meeting. And one of the boys messaged me going, "Oh, he phoned me actually." He's like, Dom, are you okay? Like, you suddenly were just in one shot and then you just disappeared. Suddenly I was like, I said, don't tell anyone, but this fucking seat just broke on me and I really hurt my back. He's like, I'm telling everybody.
I'm sorry, I wouldn't hold that information back. I'd be telling everybody.
Now everybody knows.
I don't know if your Microsoft Teams works the same as ours, but like you can mute someone and the thing they don't know.
Yeah.
They don't know who done it. But they also can't unmute themselves.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we do it to random people who annoy us. So like we know that person's going to talk soon. We'll fucking mute them.
Yeah.
So we'll mute them, and then like they'll be like they've left, and they come back and it's like, someone mute as you mute them again.
I don't know how I've managed to do it. I think it's because I actually signed up rather than like everyone else seems to be doing it as a guest, but I've signed up.
Aye.
So I can mute people, but annoyingly also every time someone's trying to join in, I get like, oh, they're waiting in the lobby, do you let them in and stuff like that. And there's a lot of like, I'm just going to say there's a lot of idiots.
Oh yeah.
Not idiots, but like technophobes on this course. And they're just like they're unmuting themselves and then talking to people.
Yeah.
And,
Webcams up their nose and all that up here. I don't understand what's going on. Yeah.
Well, I'm like, you know,
barks and stuff like that, and you're like, man, just fucking
Shut
mute
that fucking dog up.
I've got like the streamer set up. I've got like the webcam and the ring light and the blurred background and stuff like that. And
professional.
Yeah, you don't need to be that. Like, you know, you just don't fucking.
Hamish starts showing his display screen. Oh no, hold on. Oh shit.
I can't read someone.
I went to a meeting at work on Teams, and it was like the headset that they gave me wasn't really working. So I used my streamer set. I was like, pure badass headphones, the good mic and stuff like that through the fucking mixing thing I've got, and like I'm the best sounding guy in this whole meeting. Why are you so clear?
You're like, what was compression, boys? Compression's what?
So I just know how to deal with this. That's why I sound so shit in the podcast.
Hey, you trying to say that I'm myself shit?
No.
Stop looking away at me.
Kind of fumbled that.
No.
Fuck you.
But what I do want you to tell me, Hugh, is what you've been up to.
Shit. Segue.
Come on, you must have known this was coming.
I completed a game, boys.
You completed a game, boys?
Well, fuck you guys, right?
How many
You
Game
always
Boys
give me
did you
shit
complete?
for not completing games, right? And I think I've completed like 8
At least
games
2.
this year.
8? Fuck off. 8.
I beat Gris. I beat Ghost of Tsushima. I beat...
You know when that was? I was looking for like one of our old pictures or one of our logos or something like that in our chat, and you sent in a picture of the Ghost of Tsushima game. And it was July last year.
Oh no, that's when it came out.
The whole year.
I remember I started playing it, but I just finished like Horizon and stuff like that, and I was like, this is very, very similar. So I just put it away for a while.
So,
and I also beat
Gris,
not Horizon, Ghost of Tsushima.
It's falling apart. He's making these up.
Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Bugsnax.
Was that this year, 2021?
Bugsnax.
Okay.
Bugsnax. I beat Bugsnax. I beat
Ratchet and Clank.
How many is that done?
That's 5.
That's 6, isn't it?
How many did I say? 8, didn't I?
You said 8,
5.
So what game did you beat the other day?
Final Fantasy... No, that was last year.
I didn't know that.
I beat Mass Effect 1, right?
There we go. Hey, that's what he's leading to.
Fucking really good game.
Yep.
What a game that is, by the way.
What a story.
Yeah, absolutely. Man.
That ending was great. See where the Citadel turns spoilers for those not played Mass Effect 1.
So we're 10 years old.
Fucking turns out the Citadel is the fucking gateway for the Reapers to come in, and you're like, oh shit. And like Shepard has to solve everything.
Yeah.
And like the ending was really good. I chose to kill the council because they had annoyed me earlier. Yeah. Hold a grudge.
Hugh holding a grudge.
I was actually going to ask, were you like Paragon or Renegade or
I was
somewhere
Paragon.
in
I was good at 2 shoes
because
I want to see how the game is probably supposed to play out.
Yeah,
like he's maybe the nice guy Shepard, isn't he? So like, I did a ton of the side missions. Not enough to get the achievement though. I got so many of them, and you know the only fucking thing, I never ever picked Alenko to go in the away teams because he's boring as fuck. I always pick Garrus and Rex or Liara, obviously, or Rex.
And
someone
sweet
Rex,
Liara.
I never killed Rex because fuck that shit.
I
ain't killing my boy Rex.
Here's a hot take. I really dislike Rex.
Really?
Is it because you're so similar?
Because Rex,
not so much like
Shepard
in the later on ones, but I don't know. In the first one, I remember disliking him.
I felt bad for him. Like I felt like he was a man or a slug being.
Yeah. Is that because you sympathised with him? Is that why you liked him?
I just made that joke with you. I made that joke with you. You can't steal.
I'm editing.
Shit.
So I didn't kill Rex. That's quite a major thing in it as well, supposedly.
Yeah.
And I picked Alenko to die for some reason. I didn't care. I didn't give one shit about either of those characters because I'm racist. Don't like humans. So don't clip that.
That's the title of the podcast now.
So killed Caden, but I realised I never took him on any missions, so I didn't get the achievement for taking him on 5 missions.
I'm like, Caden's not so bad. He's just because he was all like, what's the Force thing called again?
I'm playing it. I should know.
Yeah. So because in Mass Effect 1, that was like really underpowered and it was really shit.
Really shit, and I never got any of the achievements for using it because I was so overpowered when it came to weapons.
Yeah, because you couldn't really do it. Like you notice more in Mass Effect 2, like how well balanced it is now. But see, when you're just like throwing stuff in Mass Effect 1, it's like you throw a box, dunk. Doesn't do any damage. Like, this is shit.
Mass Effect, it was definitely an old game. I think I read somewhere they started making it in 2003.
Yeah. So
it makes sense how old it was. A lot of the missions were very similar. Like you go to a planet, you land, and then you go to the points on the map.
Yeah. It's bad. Yeah, I think it was even said it was like 2 or 3 stages that really it was, and they've just changed locations slightly.
But I appreciate what it was for the game that is. And
at the time.
And I was like, do I stay and just complete everything or just go to the fucking end now? And I was like, I'm going to go to the end. If I ever want the achievements, I'll go back and use my save. I save like every 3 hours or something. So
I rotate those saves.
It's one of those games you'd need to like really look ahead and plan if you wanted to get all the achievements and play it a certain way that you might not want to experience it. And even then, you would miss some anyway, probably, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would definitely recommend with a game like that that's so well written, play it the way you want to play it and experience it, and then you can get achievements later if you want
22 hours or something to me. That wasn't a long, man.
It's not bad.
And again,
I did a lot of the game.
You didn't feel like you were rushing either. You're just going like left and you're like, okay, that's
the
good.
The story was so short. I didn't think we got enough of Saren. I think Saren was cool.
Yeah, Saren was
cool. And then who's the big titty lady that's voiced by the women from Star Trek? I'm terrible with names, but she's
big titty lady.
Dimitrescu.
No, but like she was in it, and then you kill her. Like not a lot of these characters got a lot of like depth at that point.
Yeah, they didn't get much for a screen time or a sort of character development. And even though they may sort of like with the side missions explain a wee bit more, it's probably not as much as you think you would get in the Mass Effect 1.
But I knew this game was going to be pretty old feeling, a bit janky. But
it's really good. It's like good Star Trek, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like it reminded me of a mixture of Star Trek and Halo. And Halo's got a lot of Star Trek in it as well, obviously. But I got excited because I know Hamish was saying, "Oh, you might not want to play Mass Effect 2 straight away," but I honestly finished it and like that. I could load up Mass Effect 2 right now.
Yeah, that's good.
But, I came home quite late. And I was thinking about not streaming, and then I was like, I really want to fucking try Mass Effect 2 though, and I want to play it on stream because it's a good decisions game. So you can maybe get the audience involved.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't, because I was like, fuck you guys, I'm picking my own character.
I'm making my own shepherd. Shepherd.
Well, can you not just bring him across?
Yeah. I brought my shepherd across, got a load of like bonuses and stuff like that.
And his girl was on the ship with him, Hamish.
Liara was in the ship with me, mate.
But now you're going to be faced with the difficult choice: do you stay faithful or do you go after a new one?
Oh, that's going to be a terrible one, man. Yep. Like Sinead can't watch these streams. So
Sinead, she's my blue girl.
I started up Mass Effect 2, didn't have any expectations, right? But
which is great.
That beginning was like, fuck, you've just wiped everything now. Like everything's wiped. Like I was like, is my boys dead? Is Joker dead? Is the Normandy's blew up? I'm fucked. What's going to happen? Turns out I was dead too. Like Miranda, that I'm a fan of.
Sweet Miranda.
Aye, and I'm going to find a clip of when Miranda first appears on the screen, and I'm like, ooh.
I was like with the elusive man there. I'm sure that was when it happened. It was like, ooh.
I've got to go back to the beginning of this. I tried to stream at 10 o'clock, I think, and then I went into the Mass Effect Legendary Edition on the fucking Xbox, right?
And it wasn't installed. I noticed that when I played it as well. What a stupid way of doing it.
I know, like, why tell me you've installed the game and then when I go to play the game, it's like, oh, by the way, you've not installed this one? And I'm like, well, what the fuck were you doing? Like,
what kind of bullshit is this?
So like, thankfully I have quite a fast internet speed, so like it took me like 15, 20
I was
minutes.
gonna say you were only on like 20 minutes later or something like that, weren't you?
I bet like it was sitting at starting soon for like 20 minutes, and I was like, these guys are gonna get so bored, like, because it started off at quite a high number, and then it started to dwindle, and then I was like, oh shit.
It doesn't matter that. It doesn't matter the numbers. As long as you're having fun.
I think Dom noticed this. He was kind of fucking about with the settings and accidentally just put on the live screen. I was like, oh, and turned it back to start soon, and then like I was like, well, I can't go back now. I may as well just go on and chat now.
Yeah.
I was like, hey guys, it's me, Hugh, and like Dom's like, I fucking saw you, mate.
Cool.
But fucking Mass Effect 2, what a start, man. Like I said, Normandy getting blown up. I thought Joker died, mate. I was really upset.
I was watching like when he came back, and you're like, oh, is that Joker? Is that my boy back? I was like,
I get attached to these characters. I didn't like Presley. Fuck that guy.
See, when that happens, like, oh, this is your ship, and Joker. Fuck Presley, but
just Presley who, man?
The guy annoys me. I don't go fuck. And then like you get down and you're asking tons of questions, and I'm kind of stuck between do I ask all the questions? Is it interesting for people watching? Maybe I just should play it the way I want to play it.
You should play it the way you should.
Play it the way you want to play it, mate.
Yeah.
It's one of those games that, you know, I think you'd be annoyed if you didn't experience it the way you should.
Mate, what a fucking upgrade this game has had.
Yeah,
like,
it's night and day between 1 and 2, isn't it?
1 feels like an old game, right? 2, I don't know how much an upgrade it got, like, because I never played the original, but like the graphics, like, giant leap forward.
Yeah.
But the biggest difference is combat.
Oh yeah,
combat feels like Gears of War. You know what I mean? Like, this obviously came out around when Gears of War was huge, and it went, okay, that's how you play third person fucking action games now. Yeah. And the bio whatever powers you get, so much better. Like,
you can do stasis, and you can use like grenade,
warp,
and you pull people forward. Yeah.
And then like I use powers like to get like to make my bullets stronger, because that's what you can do with things. But there's more weight to the combat now as well. Where in the last game it just felt kind of floaty.
Yeah. There's more impact to your weapons as well, like when you're switching between it. Because I can remember in Mass Effect 1, it was just like the 2 weapons you would just sort of stick with, and then in this you've got like a more.
None of the weapons felt different either in Mass Effect. Like
make the same effects. You're like, ugh.
It's just like, I've run out of ammo in that one, so I'll just swap over to another
Mass Effect
one.
when you never ran out of ammo, it was unlimited.
Oh, did you know?
Is it unlimited? Is it limited in this one?
It's limited in the new one,
right.
and the new one in 2, and it was unlimited. It was just overheating.
That was what it was. I thought it was the other way around. See, when I said that, I was like, no, I see numbers there. Shit, I thought it was like,
so like
right.
When you upgraded your weapons in Mass Effect 1, like to the higher numbers, it was just a higher, obviously damage, but there was no like, there was a little bit of colour change maybe, but there was no feeling difference. You didn't fire really differently or anything.
Nothing significant. Yeah.
No, so Mass Effect 2, weapons great, combat great, characters already. I'm into this Martin Sheen played character, the elusive man. The elusive man. I bopped halfway through that. The elusive man. I spent a long time getting annoyed at that. Like in the stream, if you watch that, I was like, the elusive man is a fucking terrible name, especially because I've met him. Yeah. You're not that fucking elusive, is he?
Not to you, but
I know, like,
you're special.
Especially in the game, they're like, oh, you can talk to the elusive man. And you're like,
ooh,
stop saying that.
It's not that difficult.
I know. He wants to talk to me. He's not that elusive.
He walk in and go, hey Charlie. He's like, fuck.
But man, I was so excited when they brought out the Normandy 2.
Oh.
I was like, wait. And I was like, wait. Does that mean there's going to be a Normandy 3 as well in Mass Effect 3? Don't spoil this for me. I said don't spoil it.
Anyway.
So
Mass Effect 2 is probably the one that has the most choice at the end for which way it could go. So
I know about the
there's really no point in asking
choices.
any questions, because it could be totally different for you.
Yeah.
So.
Well, our friend Rory's a massive Mass Effect fan, so I've been kind of picking his brain about like,
oh, he fucking loves Mass Effect.
What should I try and avoid like doing if I want this to happen or whatever? And he's been pretty good with that. But like, I was kind of upset that my team just moved on. Like, fuck us all moved on without me, man.
But you were dead for 2 years,
and they had to work. They had to work with you, so they put in for transfers immediately.
Big fuck, he's gone.
But man, the custom character creator in the Normandy is excellent. I made like the Iron Man armor, and then I was making like fucking. I spent like 10 minutes just going through all these armors and patterns, and I was like, oh, better start playing this game.
Oh yeah, I'm streaming.
Just great so far. 2 hours in, loving it. Going to keep streaming it. I was meant to stream it last night, got home way too late, so I'm not didn't do that. But
that's alright, man.
Once I get a bit of free time next week, I'll stream 4 or 5 hours at a time because that's a fucking good game.
Yeah, if you're enjoying it, then by all means, that's good. Yeah,
exactly.
What else have you been up to?
I've not had a lot of time today. A lot of like fucking fun
Just
stuff.
say nothing if you've not done it.
It's fine, don't worry.
I had like working too much, man. Working too much. Try to enjoy the
I know the
sunshine
feeling,
as well.
yeah.
Like that hermit feeling you get when you're like, oh no, but I bought all these media things that I have to do. You're like, oh no, wait, the sun's shining. I should go out and get some vitamin D.
But see, when it's as warm as it is outside, and then you've got a big fucking 50+ inch TV and an Xbox and a PC or a laptop running, it's just a hot box. It's so uncomfortable.
I told you, I bought a fan for my room, and I've just been carrying it around the house with me, just plugging it in, running this. But yeah, I did. I went to Edinburgh for a week. I don't know how I forgot that.
I like that. That's the afterthought.
Yeah, I went to Edinburgh for a week with my fiancée. Because it was our 10 years together. 10
years, mate.
Man, what a fucking time we had.
That poor lassie.
Drinking and eating and like.
It did look pretty amazing. Yeah.
I spent so much money. I was just like, fuck it. This is my holiday because I've not been on holiday for 18 months. Blow this cash. Like, mate, I had. Oh my god, guys! First night, right? Sinead gets all nice and dressed up. She's wearing like whitish jeans, right? And we got this place called Down Hatch, a really nice fucking like Canadian restaurant. It's a weird thing to say, a Canadian restaurant.
Canadian,
It does like poutine and some weird burgers that are really nice.
Did you say I'm not poutine that in my mouth?
Oh no, I poutine everything in my mouth, mate. We got haggis poutine. Shit was good, and I also got carne poutine, which was fucking great. If anybody's looking for recommendations,
if they want to sponsor this podcast, surely we shall out for this.
Right, so it was the first place I've ever seen Crystal Head vodka. You know the Dan Aykroyd, John.
Yeah.
It's Crystal Head actually.
Is that actually Crystal Head? That
Crystal
sounds
Skull.
That sounds even worse.
So like,
give me that sweet Crystal Head.
I was like, fucking, give me one of those.
Yeah.
So like, they come in and it's all nice and fancy.
Like a third-rate stripper name, Crystal Head.
Welcome to the stage, Crystal Head.
But we all know fucking filtered through diamonds, which turns out actually aren't diamonds. And stuff like that. So I was like, fuck, I'm getting this for the memes. Send a message to the boys.
Yeah.
And then like me and Sinead, I'm kind of half cut at this point, half drunk, like. And I just flick my hands out, and then this fucking glass just goes all over Sinead. And do you know what the funniest thing is? Her reaction was she didn't even move. She just stared straight at me. She was just like, "Look what you've done." like, and her white jeans are just covered in it was vodka and coke, so just coke. And she was like, "You'll get me a taxi right now." And I was like, okay, Sinead, I will. Like, so I was like on the Uber app, and I'm like,
knew better to argue that.
Man, she was so mad at me because she was like, these are like my nice jeans I brought with us, and it's Monday, and we're here until like Thursday, and I was like, I'm sorry, I'm buying your jeans. I'm sorry.
Like, baby, please.
That's unfortunate. But like that was a fun night. Apart from that, and I shelled out and bought some nice whiskey to obviously being Scottish.
I think, man, it's like Edinburgh's quite expensive anyway compared to like Glasgow and stuff like that, but then when you're celebrating something and you're not from there, you feel like spending a bit more money anyway.
I stayed on the Royal Mile. Like, so the Royal Mile in Edinburgh is the mile between Holyrood Palace, which is where the Queen stays sometimes, I don't fucking know, and
sometimes
Edinburgh Castle.
Is that where the Queen sometimes stays?
She also well, I think they used to. Like that whole street is just fucking awesome. It's bars and museums, and like we went to this place called Real Mary King's Close. It's like a wee like time capsule type thing where they took a little part of the street and said this is what it looked like 200-300 years ago. That was really cool. I like that kind of history because Edinburgh's got like fucking ancient history in it, and some of it really cool. Ate and drank fucking loads. Cocktails the whole week, man. Yeah, I felt so fancy. I was drinking cocktails all day.
You sent some pictures, some cool ones. Yeah.
I had a espresso martini.
Oh, they're nice.
Yeah.
They are really nice.
Right. I had a French martini as well. Fucking loved that.
Yeah. Really?
But when I was having my French martini, the atmosphere was a little tense, right? And it's not because I poured drinks over Sinead.
Although I'm sure that didn't help.
The England-Germany game. And I'd picked the only bar, well, it might have been loads of bars in Edinburgh, just 99% English fans in it. And this isn't an insult towards English people, but like Scotland does not like English football, or the English national team. We're rivals. I want to see them lose.
Yeah. Makes sense.
But they were all like shouting and singing "It's coming home" and stuff, and I was like, "This is ruining my drink."
This is
And
ruining
then
your
like they
martini.
went, I think they went like 2-0 up against Germany. I'm like, "This is ruining my night." like, that's ruining my night, and like they were very happy. I was very jealous actually. Like, yeah, I want to have that camaraderie with my fellow Scots.
Do you know what though? They still didn't beat us. So
That is the only saving grace from this is the only team they haven't beaten the tournament is Scotland.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So like we're going to throw that right back.
Hopefully Rome. Hopefully they don't beat Rome.
If Italy,
Italy,
Rome's in Italy.
Romilly.
Romeo off the tongue.
I actually went to like a whiskey shop and a Japanese man taught me about Scottish whiskey.
Japanese whiskey is awful, mate.
Japanese whiskey is really fucking good.
Nah, it's awful.
It's actually really good.
Nah,
I don't know if you're being serious or xenophobic.
Little from Calamay.
So I bought this really nice whiskey, tried a lot. I love when they're like, "Oh, do you want to try this one?" I'm like, hey, yes, please.
Sample, yes.
Sinead bought a really nice gin, and then I saw above on the counter a Crystal Head vodka set. And I was like, the memes are calling out to me. So
Okay, so
I'm going to say it right now, that is going to be drank at our fucking stream.
Oh, there
I
you
bought
go.
I bought it for our stream.
Right, okay,
Nice.
I just need to, like, did you see when you had that drink before, like, you know, pre-spilling the drink over Sinead?
Oh, mate, it tasted like diamonds.
So did how was it? Was it really like
Tasted like Ghostbusters.
Tastes like Ghostbusters. Tastes like Dan
Like
Aykroyd's whole
Slimer.
career. Tastes like Slimer.
You know what? Slimer
It
goo.
tastes like I am a vodka fan, right? I don't know if that's a thing.
Yeah, you can be a
Russian.
Yeah, like
But
Grey Goose
I
and
like
stuff
nice
like that.
vodka,
Yeah.
like, and this was really nice. Like, so
Okay.
it's going to be good. boys.
Smooth.
It came with shot glasses, wee skull shot
Oh,
glasses.
that's
So
That's pretty cool.
we're going to get on it.
Yeah, okay.
We still need to organise it. We've done zero
We
organisation.
will soon.
We will.
soon.
So I got that for the memes, boys.
For the memes.
But fucking what a great time. We stayed in the Airbnb that Robbie Burns stayed in. He booked it on his iPhone as well.
Robbie Bunce said
Robbie
he said
Burns,
Robbie
aye.
Bunce was here. Lol.
There was just a wee plaque outside. It was a really cool wee plaque.
Saying that he
was-
booked on his iPhone.
no, there was a wee plaque that said Robbie Burns stayed here, and if you don't know, Robbie Burns is a
What?
poet. He's a poet from
A
Scotland.
poet, yeah.
Has he not got like a title? Or like
Robbie Bunce,
national poet or some shit like that? I don't know.
creator of haggis.
Create haggis.
Haggis is a real thing, mate.
I know, I love it. But do you want to know the most expensive thing that happened to me all week? Right, I had a couple of drinks.
Uh-huh.
Me and Sinead go back to the flat because there's a curfew on now.
Did you pee yourself and ruin your jeans?
No,
Did you pee on Sinead's jeans?
No.
Just says
So it's 10 to 10, right?
Uh-huh.
You know what? Scotland's got a licence until 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I jump on Uber Eats and I ask my friend, I think his name was Iqbal, to go to the closest Sainsbury's and buy me a bottle of vodka because I didn't want to crack open the Crystal Head.
Fuck's
Uh-huh.
sake.
It cost me like £35 for this bottle of vodka.
Oof, was it
nowhere-
Glenn's?
No, it wasn't Glenn's. It was Russian Standard, I think.
Was there nowhere that you could have just ordered drinks from?
I ordered down the hatch as well, food. Like,
Yeah.
So we got food back to the it's not the room, the fucking flat.
Uh-huh.
And like they were like, we were looking through the menu, and on the menu slushies, and it was like a margarita slushie and a
Yeah.
French martini slushie, so we ordered them as well. I had a fucking great time, man. Like until I got home and I had to count all up, and I was like, whoa.
He'd bust and bank account bust.
No, like
You've got the memories, mate, you know.
like here's the thing:
Yeah.
you're going through this pandemic. What are you spending your money on?
True.
Me computer
Games?
parts and stuff, and yeah.
PS5s and.
You say that, but I'm
Series Xs.
still spending loads of money, so.
I know. Well, like
Shit.
I want to go on holiday again before the end of the year, but an actual like go on a plane holiday.
Yeah.
So that has been since my last time on the podcast.
Cool. What about yourself, Dom? What's new?
Nothing much, man. You know.
And that's the end of the podcast.
On to the news.
I've just been playing some games. Obviously, finished up Resident Evil 8.
Yeah.
The last time I think we were on the podcast, I was like probably one more stream and it'd be done.
Yeah.
What a weird ending. I don't know where they're going to go with this. Like DLC is coming. We were talking about it the last time. It was very vague. I'm sitting playing through the mercenary modes, which is really fun. Where you just run about set pieces of the levels that they've done before. You get a certain amount of ammo and you've got to kill as many zombies as you can before going to the checkpoint. Something you probably like, Hugh. When it comes to this game, it's like a case of like, you know, you can overpower a handgun or a shotgun and just run about and kill them.
You know, I like to overpower characters and just go on a murder spree.
Yeah. And it's just like try to do it in the fastest time. The faster you do it, the more levels you unlock, the more bonuses you get. The new like sort of live game they're going to be doing soon for Resident Evil when you bought it. It's like remember the Resistance one, and it was really shit.
It was like the Friday 13th or Dead by Daylight gameplay.
There's sequel ones coming out relatively soon to that, where it's like all the characters are kind of shortened down. I'm not sure how that's going to play out, because they've already now moved like Nemesis to like Dead by Daylight, so it's like, why would you want to go and have your own rival game when you've just given your monster over to someone else? Very strange.
Yeah.
I've also been playing Final Fantasy X Remake, just continuing playing that. Me and Hugh were talking about it. It was like nostalgia, it's just comfort.
A warm, fuzzy feeling that game gives.
Yeah. Just like you can look at like.
I've got alcohol for that, so it's all good.
You talk about Xanarkin and stuff like, when you remember when everyone's talking about that.
Waka.
Yeah, Waka just being Waka.
Eh.
What's going on? Is it hold your yeah? That's what he's like. Hold your chocobos, yeah. And it's fucking Bender saying it, and it's just like, what's going on?
John DiMaggio.
Yeah, I got that part.
It's John DiMaggio.
Who?
He played Bender.
Who?
And Marcus Phoenix.
And Marcus Phoenix.
Who?
Are you?
I've also started another game. I platinumed it. It was one of my first PlayStation games that I platinumed a while ago.
I know exactly what you're going to say.
Platinum!
Yeah.
Is this the game you've been streaming?
This is the game I've been streaming. It's Marvel's Spider-Man.
Oh, did you... Oh, you didn't platinum this version of the game though, did you?
No, not platinum this. So I'm just playing for this game just for the story mode and the DLC probably as well, because I think I played the first one and the second one. I didn't get the third one. I think the third one's all to do with like the guards that they came through that lassie. Silver, whatever.
I don't think I completed all the DLC either, because I got kind of bored of the gameplay.
I think it was because when I already 100%ed it, I was like, I'm kind of fucking sick of this game. I'm going to be honest. Same. So this remaster, I think they really dropped the ball with the Tom Holland face. Tom Holland face is fucking horrendous. And I read up the excuses. I remember when they talked about the excuses. Oh, we need to redo this because of we didn't have the right frames for the updated ray tracing and stuff. I'm like, bullshit. This is a Sony move, and it really takes you out the game. Every single scene that he's on, I'm like, it's taking me straight out.
It's one of them things where like, you obviously didn't need to do it, but they did it because they were like marketing.
Yeah.
Do you think this would have sold more? Do you think Miles Morales would have sold more because of a Tom Holland horrendous face on the game, when most of the time Spider-Man is under a mask?
I don't think it made any difference to anybody. Like, Spider-Man isn't the face.
No.
It's the red suit, and especially like the remaster, because everybody wanted to play Spider-Man or has already played it. It was like the highest selling game on the PS4. Something like that.
I think it was
one of the top 5.
It was after before God of War. I think took that place as well, because I think God of War came out after it. I think.
Have you played Miles Morales yet? Or are you just playing the remaster?
I'm playing the remaster, and then I'll jump onto Miles Morales. So this is the reason why I'm doing it. I'm like, because there's a few people that I know that haven't played the Marvel Spider-Man, so I was like, do you know what? I'll do that, and then I'll go on to Miles Morales.
You're playing Miles Morales at the wrong time of year, man. It's a Christmas game.
See, maybe it'll take me this long to get there.
Because he's going to turn it off every time he sees that Tom Holland face.
Yeah, fuck this game.
It's honestly like, I've never had that experience with a game before, with something that I've played before, and it's been remastered. It's been remastered in such a negative way.
Yeah,
because I'm like, if it would make sense to me if a couple other actors were replaced. If Mary Jane was replaced, if Aunt May was replaced, if Doc Ock was replaced. No, they're all okay, they're all fine. But the main guy, Peter Parker, your main character has done all the voice line, all the voice mocap. He wasn't fine, but Tom Holland, young Tom Holland, in a work environment after college.
Yeah, he's too young, isn't he?
Way too young. Too baby-faced. And again, this was my favourite Spider-Man media before Enter Spider-Verse as well. I thought this was the best story that they'd done, the best acted story. Because again, I didn't read the comic books and stuff like that. I love the old animated Fox Kids Spider-Man when they were great, like Venom in the truck. I think I talked about that as well many times. He's just yelling at Spider-Man on the side. Venom. There's a video I need to send. I need to show you a video where there's a Black Cat helping Spider-Man out, and he's like, there's a door here. He's like, oh, move out the way, Black Cat, this needs muscle, and she just rips open the door. It's like, yes, it does, and then an explosion happens. It's just like a 5-second clip. It's amazing. But I think this is like such a weird thing to happen, because like it looks so good, it plays so well, and then you forget about ugly Tom Holland face. You forget about it because you're like, oh, Spider-Man, it's just Spider-Man having a good time running up, and then it cuts to his stupid fucking face.
It's like, I'm talking to you, Dom, we're doing a podcast, having a good time.
Yeah.
And then I look to my left, and
there it is. He's there again.
Ruined.
Do you know what? That
immersion breaking.
Makes me feel good. If I'm making you feel unhappy, that is great.
Making me physically recoil.
I mean, all the other parts of the game are all, they always stand up. That stands up with like the J. Jonah Jameson's podcast.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
The Avengers Towers, all the wee homages they've done to the Marvel Universe.
Yeah, loads of wee Easter eggs.
Yeah, it's great to have that. And it's nice to see that run at 60 frames and, how, go all across Manhattan. And I'm really looking forward to continue playing it because as I said, the game itself, the story was like one of my favourite part of the medium, and then obviously Spider-Verse was a lot better. But then I think that was just like great. But
so you can't change the face at all, like you're stuck with that face.
Yeah, that's it. That's his face now. That's his face in Miles Morales as well.
Yeah.
That's a strange decision as well.
It's again, I don't think that it would helped make more sales. It's such a Sony decision though. It feels like it's such
a non-entity decision.
But even if they think it will, like you get so many different costumes, like suits, so why not just have the choice of faces as well?
Yeah,
it would be easy enough to implement, you know what I mean? So it's possible to do it.
I think it was maybe cheaper doing it that way. They say we own Tom Holland's likeness, so let's just throw it on this face for this remaster and not pay the main guy who's done the most lines for the game. Maybe that's the reason why.
What's the new suits? Is there new suits for the remaster?
No.
God damn it.
There's no new suits from what I've seen. Like, I quickly just went through them and I was like, no, that's all the same ones.
I hate how it's called a remaster as well. I know they've upscaled it a little bit, but like it's not a remaster.
The game was just out like a year ago.
I played it on the PS4 Pro and it looked great.
Yeah.
It's quite strange, isn't it? Like so suddenly after, like
it's like Last of Us. Remember?
Obviously, it's a kind of weird time with the new consoles coming out, so
yeah,
things will be getting upgraded and stuff like that, but still
I did run it through like all the modes as well because I wanted to see what the performance and how 4K looks and we're ray tracing and seeing like the put it on photo mode.
Did you go on the skyscraper and look at yourself in the window and you're like, oh, that's actually
you can
cool.
Yeah, you can look into the buildings and see all like it's great. Honestly, it was like scary
all over the place, man.
Like the opening scene alone, from when you see the spider going down, you see the rays of light coming through and the dust particles from it and all that. You didn't get that, and you're looking going, this is a bit unnecessary for a fucking Spider-Man game, isn't it? Like you're like, what the fuck? And then
the shininess,
and you're just like, oh man, that's a bit over the top. And then you look at Tom Holland's face and you go, oh, it's taking me out of the game.
Fuck you, Tom Holland.
Do you know what? Let me just look back at the fucking dust again. I prefer looking at that than your fucking face.
So, are the trophies stackable, or you do not earn any trophies now?
Oh no, you do still earn trophies.
Remastered, it's like technically a new game, isn't it?
Yeah, so you can pull through your old PlayStation 4 version, but mine wasn't uploaded to the cloud, so I was like,
I've already sold my PS4 Pro, so I don't know if I've uploaded my.
Double check, just hit R1, I think, and it says that you can re-download all your stuff.
I wish they would just do the Xbox thing where they just download everything.
Yeah, Jason was doing that, see, with Jedi Fallen Order, because he would sit and play it in the room and then he would come through to here and sit and play it there. I'm like, that's...
Has he not got an original Xbox One, though?
Yeah, he does, in fucking hell, man.
He's got the VCR?
Yeah.
The fucking... like, I hated that console, but like, how did they say how it looked on it?
Well,
like,
see...
goddamn trash, probably.
Yeah. Didn't look too great. It didn't actually work too well on my Xbox S either. I'm sitting going, what the fuck? And it was popping like crazy because I played Fallen Order on the PlayStation.
It popped in on my Xbox One X as well. It wasn't a greatly optimised game.
I was going to say I must have played it on the One X as well, and there was slight issues. It wasn't like game breaking. I had some
T-posing all the time as well.
Yeah, I remember the PlayStation doing that. I don't remember that as much popping as I seen Jason. Sam, like it was crashing during like cutscenes and stuff. I was like, what the fuck?
No, like definitely wasn't a stable game. Like it was fucked up when I played it. But like it's got an upgrade now, isn't it?
Well, they added like some stuff.
Yeah, for Jedi Day.
Yeah, but it was like way to
the fourth,
Revenge of the Fifth.
Oh, I thought it was May 4th.
No, they added it way too late. I was already like done with the game, and it's like.
Did they invent fucking fast travel for it?
That would have been nice, but
I know, you see the thing on the map and you're like, I know where it is, but like I don't know how to
get there. Yeah.
Fucking jump up in that wee bit.
But yeah, like. I played that's a couple of games I played. I downloaded Virtua Fighter 5, had a wee go of that to see how that held up. game's fucking hard.
Yeah. Oh god, man.
Jesus, like, because I can remember sitting watching Kev play it for hours, and he was really good at it with Akira, who was just like the master of countering and punching people in the dick, and you're just like, fuck this game, man. This is no Tekken.
I had Virtua Fighter 4 for the 360, and like, god damn, was that game hard.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be the Rey Mysterio character.
He was awesome.
Right there, right? Rey Mysterio.
That sounded perfect, mate.
Thank you. I wanted to go him and be a wee
Luchador.
Yeah. I think he was the first Luchador character in any sort of games before they started becoming really popular. I mean, apart from like Rey Mysterio obviously being in the wrestling games, but
yeah.
I think he was the first. Like they tried to do it with King for like the longest time in Tekken.
How cool's King?
King was awesome. Like especially seeing.
Yeah, that's usually how I went.
Yeah, because he was great. He does like his Okada stuff in Tekken 7.
Yeah.
So he just does like if you put on the Okada outfit, he just throws hundreds of money everywhere. Like he does his entrance in New Japan. He takes people out with his clothesline. It's amazing.
Is Armor King still in Tekken?
Yes.
Before he died in like Tekken 2.
But he got replaced by another King.
Oh right.
Yeah.
I'm not up in the King lore.
Yeah. I mean, like, it was like the King lore. The Tekken lore.
Like, no, but I think there is like 7 different Kings now.
No, I think there was only 2 or 3. Like, there's 2. I know Armor King definitely, he's got switched, and I know, because original Armor King is now King, and Armor King got replaced. Because, like, I think original King died of cancer or something.
Watch an hour and a half YouTube video on King lore.
Catch up.
Yeah. So what I've been watching, I think I was saying to you, Hamish, earlier, like we watched some of Rick and Morty with Angie.
Yeah.
She hadn't seen like the second half of season 3. Obviously season 4's out at the moment, and all I've been seeing is clips of that. So I was like, oh man, I really need to catch up with
season
Rick
5.
Sorry, season 5. Sorry, season 4, the one that was out on Netflix. They'd split it up in halves, and it was like really weird because, you know, the first half was okay. You're much like, is...
I can't get over that fucking heist episode.
You son of a bitch.
I fucking hate heist films, right? Like, I hate heist films so much, and like, see when they took the piss out of it, saying like these aren't like, you know, this isn't a heist. You just like went, oh, and I did this before you did this, and like, that was great. I loved that. I love Dan Harmon.
Yeah. But like the second half of like that season is a lot better.
It's Rick and Morty's up and down, man. It's up and down.
Yeah. I do think it's just like it's the same you have in any sort of media when they become really popular. Like, you know, you have to, you know, you can't get all super hype about it. You'd be like, okay, just maybe this will be good. Maybe this will, like, you know, hopefully they're not smelling their own farts as much as they used to. And like I think season 3 was pretty bad for that.
Yeah.
Where it was like, you know, everyone running about screaming that they were Pickle Rick and shit. It was a bit like, it was weird stuff like that, and you're like, these are grown ass adults that are running about doing this. But now, like, I think season 5's going to take it in a different direction, which I'm a bit happier for. But my girl Alison Breeze in one of the episodes, I'm like, Annie from Community,
episode 3.
So who she's married to?
It's one of the fucking brothers. What's his name?
The fucking Dave Franco, man.
Franco, yeah.
I hate Dave Franco. Like, well, like every film he's in 22 and 21 Jump Street, and like you hate him in it. Like you're like, you're
meant to.
I don't think you are. Like you're meant to like sympathise with him because he's like all right, and then like
he played Mark in the Room.
Obnoxious wee shite though.
Yeah, he did, and he was in Scrubs.
Yeah, he was in Scrubs.
The
terrible season, and he played a terrible character, and nobody liked him. And the reason why Scrubs got cancelled was because of him.
The only thing I remember about him being in Scrubs is
he couldn't do it on his own.
You know the wee sticks that they put in your mouth to like look at the back of your throat?
Yeah.
He taped them to his hands and he was like, hey look, I'm Wolverine. And I was like, I like that. That's
Maybe I was wrong about this guy.
And then it was just a failure from then on.
It's all downhill from that joke.
I've been watching like the new Rick and Morty.
Aye,
it seems alright. But again, like you guys were saying, it's up and down. But see, the thing is, they don't have like, you know, okay, say this season will have this arc.
Yeah.
You know, very, very loose themes sometimes, but every episode's different.
Yeah.
So it's always going to be up and down, you know what I mean?
True.
Most people that have been saying really enjoyed episode 1, 2 was a bit weaker, really loved 3, not even particularly for funny, but say it's quite emotional and stuff like that. So it's kind of up and down so far, but there's only been a few episodes, you know, remains to be seen.
Do you think we'll ever find out Beth is the clone?
Nah.
No, I think that'll just be something that they've stuck in your head, and you're like, "Wait, is she the clone?"
But there's more clone stuff in
damn
episode 2.
Right, okay. Again, one of my favourite parts as well. Like, you know how like I think Rick died, and Morty was meant to like bring him back. But like he just kept getting brought back in different dimensions, and like every dimension was like every dimension was like Nazis. He was like a prawn thing or a lobster thing. He was like, "It's too fascistic." Like, why is everything fascist?
Why is that the new norm?
That was amazing.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. There's a lot of good moments, and I think the show's just dead rewatchable. Like,
oh yeah,
see if you've got nothing to watch. You're like, oh, fuck, I just stick something on the background. Oh, Rick and Morty, yeah, something good will pop up in an episode.
I think that's what Rick and Morty's strength is. It is quite rewatchable, if I'm going to be honest. But yeah, like I've been getting lots of recommendations on my YouTube feed of House, and I've watched like a couple of episodes of that.
Have you ever seen that before?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've seen House. It's really good.
It's so bizarre. Like, you know, someone in the comments just broke down like what a House episode is, and it's like, yeah, okay, it's like patient comes in with something normal, but it's acting abnormal. They turn around and look at it, try something, it fails. It's something else. Someone says it's lupus, gets yelled at.
Yeah.
Third thing happens.
Always gets brought up.
Third thing happens. House walks down the corridor, figures out what it is, comes in, makes an elaborate story, pisses off people, leaves, end credits. And I went, yeah, that's
makes
about
people
it.
look like idiots.
Yeah.
And then leaves.
Yeah, I've never actually watched House. I've been recommended it a few times, but the same people have said to me, like, don't binge too much of it because you'll get sick of it because it is basically the same thing.
It's very
formulaic.
Yeah.
Formulaic. Hugh Laurie he's good at it, but like it's the same shtick.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, there's some episodes.
Like last season either.
It went for a long time as well, didn't it?
About eight seasons or something.
Yeah.
There's a few.
There was some really emotional like episodes in it. Like, see the one where it was like his best friend's like wife or missus, like she died and stuff like that. You know, like,
spoils.
Like it's like ancient, mate. But I think she was like being kept alive.
Yeah,
and they had to like turn the machine off. And
it's fucking heartbreaking stuff like that. But there's a lot of actors and actresses that are in it. You're like, oh shit, they're from it. Like, Colt.
I think everyone that's in it is an actor or an actress.
No, but fucking asshole. Like actors like Colt from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He's in an episode. One of the lassies from Sex and the City's in an episode. LL Cool J's in an episode. There's like he plays like that's a great episode actually. He plays like a prisoner. He plays.
Mama's gonna knock you out.
No, he doesn't.
Do they say don't call it a comeback?
Yeah, he does actually.
It's quite funny when you watch like old shows that you've never seen before, and you're, oh look, that's a young such and such.
Yeah. The LL Cool J episode was great because it was like he felt like he was incarcerated for like, you know, I didn't do this, it wasn't me, didn't feel like it was me, and they put him in like they had to check his lungs for something. And he has all these jail tattoos, and they go like that. He says, yeah, the problem with this is, man, we put in this machine's magnetic. He says, and, you know, I don't know if you know this, that a lot of jail tattoos have got metal in them. So he says, so this is going to hurt like fuck. So he put him in, you see all the metal just popping out his skin.
Oh, man.
For it as well. I'm like, oh, fuck. Because I'd never knew that until that. And I was like, fucking hell. And it's like willing to go through all this to see, you know, try to prove his innocence and stuff like that. And House is like, he's lying. And he's like, you always say that. You son of a bitch. But yeah. So yeah, I watched a few episodes of that, and I think, yeah, it's one of those shows you kind of just need to watch slowly. You don't watch too much of it. I mean, as much as, like, you know, Hugh Laurie's fucking great in it, and all the other actors are.
Yeah, that's the downside to watching a show when it's finished or binging a show. It's like you can get sick of it because you can see too much of it, you know what I mean? But on the other hand, sometimes you're like, fuck, I don't want to wait a week, or even in between seasons, even worse, you know?
Yeah. Also, like a few weeks ago, I watched Luca, the Disney Plus, like the Pixar one. I think it was talking about the like Italian one. That's great. It wasn't what I was expecting, but I think me and Angie just watched it and was like, yeah, that was actually pretty good. Soundtrack's great. I didn't watch any sports related things. Like, I know for the last couple of weeks I've been watching like Coach Carter and basketball, but nothing sports related this week, unfortunately.
I know, there's no sports going on right now.
There's no sports at all, no Euros or anything, you know.
See, like, just what popped into my head there since we were talking about Scrubs, I watched The X with Zach Braff, right, and Jason Bateman.
Yeah.
And like, I'd never seen it before, but it was funny. Seeing Zach Braff in anything that isn't Scrubs is quite strange to me.
Yeah.
But there's a bit where he goes to the hospital and he's talking to like this bald black doctor, and I'm like, this is so surreal. Like, that's not Turk. What the hell?
Oh, that's great.
So are we ready for some news then, guys? Who's going to give me a news sound?
Beep 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 beep. That's the news, mate.
Cool.
Yeah, I like that. That was pretty good, Hugh.
Did you guys see the trailer for The Many Saints of Newark?
Yeah.
Yes.
A Sopranos story.
Sorry, I was real excited for that.
Are we Sopranos fans?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, like I think I've seen a few people talking about that, like saying who's like a character that you've seen or an actor portraying a character in any TV or movie who is perfect for it, and
Gandolfini.
Yeah, Tony Soprano was just like, yep.
Paul
Walnuts.
No,
can he imagine that character being played by anyone else?
Like wasn't a Paulie fan.
Meant to like Paulie.
I know, no, but I mean, like, just I know you're not meant to like him, but I didn't like him. I just didn't like him. If you know what I mean.
Did you see that all like there was memes going about with Tony Soprano? It was just every time he was trying to get attempted murder, and he's like, shit, that actually did happen a lot to him. I was like, yeah, he is a mob boss, so that makes sense. Yeah. He's like the orange just bit, like,
the orange just bit's cool as fuck.
Fucking love that moment. Sorry, Hamish.
I know. The only thing I was a wee bit disappointed in the trailer was like, see the thumbnail that I saw on YouTube, had John Bernthal on it, and I was like, oh, John Bernthal. I think he's a brilliant actor. I love him. And then like I think you see him for like a split second in the trailer. So
I think he's the bad guy in it.
Either they're waiting for a reveal or they just happen to choose that thumbnail and he's not in it much. But hopefully he is playing a decent part in it. Like,
I think he's the Irish mob or something like that.
Right. Okay.
I don't know. I kind of got that idea.
Yeah.
I
think that'd be good though. Anyway,
I mean, at least they're doing something with it, because like, how long has the Sopranos been off the air? Because I mean, I woke up this morning, so
good while, yeah. Get yourself a gun.
Comes from a different era, man. So when I watch it, I'm like, oh, that's like when I was at a wedding and my dad was like, you can't watch us.
They've got like
you can't watch us, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck's this?
We get like the wee flip open phones, and you're like, whoa. What the fuck is that? The young Tony Soprano, whoever it is playing
James Gandolfini's son.
Is it his son? I think his acting looks quite good. Obviously, he's got the similarities as well. You know what I mean? But like his acting seems fairly decent.
I'm excited for it, but like at the same time, nervous. Like
Hugh is a big fan of young Sheldon as well. So
fucking shut up, man. Like, I'm not watching that trash.
Why have you got the poster in your room then?
I'm not watching it. I'm looking at it.
Bazinga, Hugh.
Oh, you just like the kid that plays him?
Hey, Mitch.
You better cut it.
I never said anything wrong. You can like a child actor here.
What's the next news?
So, guys, some news I'll be obviously excited about. Witcher Season 2.
Yeah.
A release date.
Yeah, like... I didn't think
don't get too excited, Hugh.
I didn't think it was going to come this quickly.
December 17th.
Yeah.
I think they started working on it. Like they renewed it for a second season before it even aired.
Aye.
So they obviously knew, and they've obviously got the source material. They get like 7 books or whatever.
Do you know what I didn't like about like when the first one released? Everyone was like, "Oh, I don't know how all the episodes fit together." It's like,
watch it. Fuck's sake.
I figured it was like out of sync within like 2 episodes. Like,
yeah.
This is obviously like being told from different fucking timelines, and like.
Yeah,
it fitted together nicely at the end.
Yeah, it's hardly the first show to do that. Westworld stuff like that, you know what I mean? There's been loads of shows. Any fucking Quentin Tarantino film,
it's fucking always shot order.
Yeah, you just watch it and like it wouldn't put it that way if it was really imperative that you saw it all chronologically. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you'll get there. Don't worry. You know what I mean?
It's about the journey.
But yes, it's 17th of December. It's pretty good, man.
Henry Cavill.
I've seen that like Jason's been rewatching it. And like they had that one line when he was at the castle and they're talking about like, well, what are you here for the bard? Because he was protecting the bard from, because he's fucking got like a mark on him because he keeps shagging people's wives and stuff. And he just turns around and says like, I'm saving the bard from a bunch of cuckolds. And he said that Jason had to pause it. He was laughing that hard.
Did Jason not realise that that's just an actual like word that Shakespeare?
Yeah, no, he just because I think it's been a while since he's watched it and he was using that word for like the longest time, and then that came up and it just broke him. He's like, I can't believe he just said that. I'm like,
Dom, do you know how Jason taught your dog to react to cuck?
Yes.
She reacted though when you said it. Your wee tail went.
Cuck? No.
Well, not now.
Cuckold?
Cuck.
Okay,
anyway. But yeah, he's been rewatching that and like he was a bit unsure, like, wait, what's going on here? I was like, Jason, you've watched this before? He's like, oh yeah, actually I have.
Motherfucker, you've seen this?
And I did say like, you know, Henry Cavill's like greatest parts in Hole of the Witcher is his grunts, the
yeah.
And then
fuck. Just goes, fuck. It's when he kills the whole village.
Yeah.
Blaviken, yeah.
What a fucking... Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Toss a coin to the Hamish.
Obviously, like, with the success of the first one, they've probably put more money into it, and, you know, because obviously, like, that scene where he does take out the whole village of Blaviken, and the swordplay was pretty incredible. But now they're gonna. I think they're gonna step up. You know what I mean? It's gonna be even better, hopefully.
They did say that they renewed it for. Like he even said he was wanting to do 3-4 seasons, and he's like, "I'll do that." Fucking must be like a lot of fun. Oh, not a lot of fun. It must be like great. Yeah, it must be great just to have that sort of like. He must have a lot to say what goes in some of the parts as well, because like he wants to be like, less is more.
I mean, he was a fan of the books and the games, so they should listen to him. You know what I mean? And that makes a difference when the actor actually gives a shit about the character. They're going to research it. They're going to have ideas. Like
it's not like the guy that played Superman and Lois Lane Superman.
I thought you were going to say Superman and Man of Steel, and I was like, that's the same guy, man.
He turned around and just basically said all comic books are trash and stuff, and like
I think Dean Cain's an idiot.
Yeah, it's the same way a lot of people like. He was getting blasted on Twitter today, and it was made me laugh. Like
who listens to Dean Cain? He's the worst Superman ever.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Dean Cain.
There's some other Witcher news though.
Yeah.
Which is weird. Comes quite late, but Witcher 3 is getting a next gen update.
Oh, that you know what?
No,
you heard it through the hackers that happened like
last
month or something like that. They said that they released the data onto the internet so you could.
Motherfucker, stop releasing this game and go make me my PS5 version of Cyberpunk, you stupid bitches.
But see, the weirder thing.
I don't know why.
The weirder thing. There's also some free DLCs coming, inspired by the Netflix show.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So I don't know if it's going to be like skins of armor that he wore in the show.
Henry Cavill voice back.
That would be amazing, mate. I would love that.
But where's my fucking Cyberpunk PS5? Get on that.
I don't know, mate. Why ask me? Where's my PS5?
Where's my burrito? Where's my burrito? But yeah, like that's awesome. Then, like they're giving some free DLC for The Witcher, like improving that a wee bit more, and maybe it'll be 120 frames per second, so Hugh can be like, "Look at all those Ks, look at that,
look at all my frames."
Look him, and he plays it for an hour and goes, "I don't like this game."
I hope it's not going to be the next Skyrim, and like on episode 500 we're still talking about like, oh, do you see they're remastering The Witcher 3? Like,
and then like Hugh's skeleton's just sitting there.
Still halfway through Mass Effect 2. I think I know why I'm getting like fired up, because I know what news is coming, and I'm getting mad about it. I'm getting mad.
Do you know what? Did you see? Did you see my phone? Is that why?
No. Like I know we're going to talk about something that's going to make me mad.
All right. Well, this might not be it, but you heard of Assassin's Creed Infinity?
Oh yeah. Fuck that. That wasn't what I was talking about. That makes me mad too.
Yeah, I thought it might.
The concept of it is
basically just it's a live service Assassin's Creed game.
I'm gonna be honest with it. It's going to fail. Like State of Play happened last night as well. And they kept showing off a lot of Fortnite games and all these games that were inspired with a Battle Royale. That feels like it's going to go down the same route as a Battle Royale. They're 2 years too late for an Assassin's Creed game like that. If they really wanted to do something like that, I feel if they did it 2 years ago, they'd be sound. But right now, they don't...
Assassin's Creed is a single-player, story-driven campaign. What the fuck?
What are they thinking?
I also found out that the guys like running it are going to be the ones that like all get done for like sexual harassment and assault and stuff like that. Yeah,
apparently there's still like people that were under fire that are still pulling the strings in that. I have heard that. And as well,
like, have you read what like the accusations are? They're all fucking terrible, awful. So like, fuck those guys.
But yeah, if it comes to like another live service, as Big Jim would say,
like it's too late. It's too late. Like,
I mean, what do you think we should do like the franchise? So, I mean, like this is just coming from two guys that fucking hate Ubi, and especially Hugh, but especially me.
I don't think it's the right way to go. They had something in Assassin's Creed Odyssey that they removed for Valhalla, but basically it was like it's a community thing, so you've got the online aspect there.
Aye.
And even all the way back in like Black Flag, you got it. If you found like a white whale, for example, a rare beast,
white whale,
then you would automatically kind of share that location with all your friends on your friends list.
Yeah.
So next time they went on,
would you ping it?
Well, it automatically did it if you discovered it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, you could actually like make quests.
It's like a custom.
So like choose the characters, choose what they say and everything, and the branching paths and stuff like that.
I've been such a troll, man. Just fetch quests all day. Fetch me these herbs.
Fetch me these other herbs.
These 10 herbs, and then these 10 coconuts, and then these 10 things.
You get fucking nothing for it.
Slap in the face. 1 XP.
But like for some reason they took that out. I don't know if it was just time constraints or they just didn't see any benefit from it or whatever. Yeah, but
they couldn't monetize it. That's why, Hamish, they couldn't monetize it. So like, fuck it. What's the point of putting something you can?
We're not fans, Hamish. Let's just
no. But I mean, like, again,
live service is just silly. Just
I thought Black Flag was a great game as well. I really enjoyed Black Flag.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're already releasing 100-hour games, right? Fucking, why would you want more of people's time? They don't want some of your time, Hamish. They want all of your time and all of your money.
That's what lots of games are like these days, though. It's like, log in to get this bonus, and it's like, you only play our game every day, you know?
I can't do it. Can't do it.
You got a refined taste, Hugh, haven't you?
So was it the Nintendo Switch?
Oh, yeah!
I'm going through all the things
right,
in my head.
Guys, before we go into this, Hugh,
you were also quite annoyed about this, weren't you, Dom?
Yeah, I was fuming at it, but Hugh, take a deep breath before you start going on your rant, because I know he was actually bursting at the seams and came out. He's like, Dom, Nintendo, I've got a rant. I'm like, oh shit! Like,
they do this to us all the time, though. They go, oh, something's coming. You're like, oh, cool. What's coming? Something new, something nice, something. You know, we've all something that, like, you know, we've all asked for like the past fucking 10 years. You're going to release something that people, like, you know, we've got money's waiting for you. Money's in the bank, Nintendo. And they're like,
Nintendo's such a trigger for you, man.
This is what you want, didn't it? You want the same fucking console with a slightly better screen. Everyone was like, what?
Is that not what everyone wants, you?
What the fuck? No, Hamish.
So
like, I didn't mean that answer.
So this is a Pro.
It's not the Pro, unfortunately.
That's what it's called, isn't it?
No, it's called the Switch OLED.
Oh, is it? Oh, it is, right, okay.
So what the problem is, like I told you guys ages ago that there was a deal going on with Samsung and they bought a bunch of OLED screens. Yeah. So I was like, obviously the next device is going to be OLED functioned. Hugh, I think you even made a point going, all right, cool. So it's going to look like the Vita. It's going to have the functionality of the Vita.
Vita from 2012 had an OLED screen.
So I was like, yeah, so everyone look, you'll be able to play it in, you know, out in the sun if you wanted to. I mean, now that people can go back outside, maybe that's a good thing. But a lot of people are like, okay, with this device, what upgrades are we going to get with it? What can we expect from an upgraded Switch?
Gives a more powerful processor, a new Tegra. New Tegra, like. The Tegra chip that's on the Switch is ancient now.
Maybe a functionality of running the 60 at some games. Not all games, but some games. At least the next Mario, the next Zelda, the new Metroid, or any of the, you know, Kirby's, fucking anything that can run at 60 FPS, and everyone would be happy at that. But Hugh, what did we get?
We got fuck all.
We got
an Ethernet port.
Ethernet port, so you you get an Ethernet port on your stand. So on the stand where you can only play on the big screen. You can play Smash Brothers with other people. The game that not a lot of people like to play online. They rather have a ROM of Melee and play on that.
It was never the Ethernet port that people were bothered about. It's the shitty fucking servers.
Yeah.
And do you know what really bothers me, Hamish? Like, this company could release what you want, and like they would, people would fucking capable. Sell it out. And it's not like they don't know what people want, because people will shout it from the fucking rooftops. Like, you know, they listen to this podcast, obviously.
Yep. Of course.
Like,
why wouldn't they?
The Switch has been out for 4 years now. It's creaking. It was creaking when it came out, but it's creaking even more now. The PS5 and the Xbox Series X has come out.
It's a good analogy here. I like that one.
Like, and it's just, it's constant fucking disappointment with Nintendo. They're a bad boyfriend.
And you keep going back to them.
Oh, mate, like, I even thought about buying the OLED one. I was like, oh, my one's kind of fucked now, because I think I hacked it and sailed the 7 seas, and you know, fuck Nintendo for their bullshit. Like, honestly, I will
I will continue to hack forever now.
Like, it's honestly the least consumer friendly company, and that we always go on about Ubisoft being shy and fucking, you know,
EA and stuff
and like all that anti-consumer shit. Like, but they're legitimately hated. Like, they are like some hated companies. People buy their games and stuff, but when you say EA, everyone goes, "Oh, fuck EA."
Yeah.
But Nintendo has got this fucking podium that everyone's like, oh, they can't do anything wrong. They consistently do stuff wrong.
But Hugh, the stand, it's more standable. It's an actual stand, not a little stick. It's a stand.
Right, Metroid Dread got announced, right? So every fucking person that was like, oh, I've never played a Metroid game, they went, oh, I'm going to go on and see what the most popular Metroid games are, and it's Metroid Fusion and Metroid Zero Mission, which are both Game Boy Advance games. You can't play them on Switch.
Yeah.
Which, like, so if you're going to release a Metroid game, what would have been the best thing to do? Oh, from today you can download Game Boy Advance games, and $10 each you can buy these games, because
I'll do a double pack. I'll do something like that. You know,
the cartridges are fucking worth about £100 now. Like they went up in price obviously because demand.
Yeah.
It's honestly they have no. It's like they have no knowledge of what consumers want.
Do you know what it is? Is it maybe no foresight and going like maybe this is how we should market to this? We'll just release it and go whatever and get lucky.
Legitimately bottleneck things. Like you know what? Like to keep the demand and interest like flowing constantly, they will deliberately bottleneck things. Like
just trickle it down like wee bits.
Like the SNES and NES games on the fucking Switch. Just release them all. Don't fucking
add them to the library every.
I don't drip feed them.
Don't drip feed them out and let me buy them. Like because I bought them already on the Wii U and the Wii and
yeah. But don't worry, Hugh, they're still there on that console. You can still play them.
I know, I've still got my Wii U and hacked that shit too. Fuck you, Shigeru Miyamoto.
He's a fan of this podcast. Don't say that.
I know, but honestly, people only get this upset because they genuinely love these games.
Yeah. And
like they want to buy them again. People will fucking buy these games, Nintendo. And Nintendo are like, hey, does anybody want Ethernet port? And you're like...
And the fans go nuts and you're like...
My original Xbox had a fucking Ethernet port.
Yeah, it's not exactly cutting edge technology, is it?
No, it's fucking...
I was very disappointed with the news. Like, unless this is just they're trying to do... Like, 'cause I mean, it's out soon, isn't it? The OLED version.
I think it's out very soon. It's just slightly
they're
bigger.
still fucking charging full price for it as well. And I'm like, okay, obviously because of the OLED, but you expect more. But then the thing is, I mean, I've heard this been said a few times about other things, but you know, they promise you nothing and they deliver less.
Honestly, like they could have done any upgrade on this. They could have went, we've put more RAM in, or we've
put RAM in it.
Up the clock speed of the up the clock speed so that games can run a bit smoother, or fucking
literally just anything. Yeah.
Literally anything, and they went, you've got a new screen, and it's like,
and a kickstand,
and the kickstand's better, like,
and an Ethernet port in the stand,
and stand, like.
I think what you mean is like
all things that should have been fucking in there in the first place.
Yeah. I think it was by poor design. That stand, the stand is fucking flimsy as shit.
The
WAN thing, having the Ethernet port, the WAN cable that people had to buy separately if they were wanting to do competitive gameplay, especially this time with like everything that was going on pre-pandemic and then post-pandemic, hopefully. That they can't really they can't justify that.
Yeah.
And then it's like, do you expecting the consumer to fork out for that, and then the servers are still shit?
Yeah, the servers are awful.
And now it's like...
Yeah.
I know, like this. Yeah, having a slightly bigger screen on the go, yeah, that's nice. But, how much is it going to cost for damage on it?
Yeah,
how much, are we going to still have the same issues that we had when the original Switch came out, when there was dead pixels on the screen, and it took them, 6 weeks to replace that?
Yeah. Are we, Is this incremental now? Have we got an OLED screen and then next year we're going to have Switch 2 or whatever the fuck they're going to
Switch Pro maybe? Switch U.
Switch U, aye.
Switch U, mate.
I'd love to switch you out with someone else.
Anybody else?
Honestly, I pirate so much Nintendo shit, right? I'm just putting
Hugh, take off that eye patch.
Because you can't get it any other way.
I would buy it. Like, see if they gave me a chance to, see if they went... By the way, all GameCube... See if they put GameCube games on the Switch. Do you know how many fucking GameCube games I would buy? All of them, Danish. No.
Every one of them?
Sonic Adventure Battle 2. Even
just that one.
I've got it on the Xbox at Series X, and I'm like, this is what I bought this for.
Yeah.
Rolling around at the speed of...
We'll need to play that on stream, man. I think we could fucking blast for that in a day.
But, do you know how amazing it is that my Series X can play Sonic Adventure Battle 2?
Yeah.
Because they were like, the Series X is a fucking... legit next gen console. It can play everything that came before, pretty much,
as it should be.
And Nintendo's like, oh no, you want to play Game Boy Advance games? Oh, you better go buy a fucking Game Boy Advance then.
Hamish, what do you feel about this?
I mean, pretty much the same as you guys, but not with the same intensity.
I know.
I think it's more that we're not let down by it. We're frustrated at something that feels like it's so easy to sort out, but they just sort of seem to fumble. I think this is what the pattern is. They'll make something great and then they'll fuck it up, and they'll make something great again and they'll fuck it up again. The way that they do it as well, like, it would be different if they had said ages ago, alright, well, next thing we're working on, by the way, is an OLED screen.
Yeah, don't get too excited.
Here's a roadmap of the things that we are going to be working on, rather than like, oh, we've got news, it's nothing that you wanted to tell. Like, it's just going to get, even more under the skin of people.
And do you know what the worst news about all this, Hugh, is?
What?
The worst news about the whole thing.
What?
It's day 1309 since Bayonetta 3.
I might get around to actually playing Bayonetta then.
I'm like, so I mean, like stuff like that, they will obviously not want to talk about until
Metroid Prime 4 as well.
Yeah, I see. That's what I think. It's like I don't know if it's their ego or it's just the way that they work. That they're just like, we don't want
hubris.
They're hubris. Your hubris. They're hubris. Look at his face. It's frustrating as a consumer. It's frustrating.
Very mismanaged. You know,
It makes no sense. Like I would understand if they had other products coming out that had, like, you know how the SNES Mini and the NES Mini, maybe they didn't want to release those games on the Switch to create interest for them, but the interest for them are gone now. If you wanted one, you've got one, and they're in the shops everywhere.
Yeah.
So now release those games on the Switch because people want to play them portable, and do not give me shit that the Switch can't play them, because I have played them on the Switch because I fucking downloaded an emulator.
Yeah, it's perfectly capable of doing it. Yeah.
And it plays N64. Mate, you can't even. There's no way to play N64 games unless you've got like a Wii U.
Yeah.
And like, I think me and Dom are one of like 4 people in this country that bought Wii U's.
Yeah.
Like, I think you've got a Wii U as well, but like, how often did you play it? Like, I played mine very fucking little.
I think Angie's got mine so she can play Bayonetta too.
It's so frustrating.
Yeah.
Like, I might go to Japan and just shout outside the Nintendo's headquarters like, I'll be your let me make decisions, Nintendo.
make me a geisha. And they're like, wait, what?
I'm sure that'll do it, Hugh. How
annoyed would you
be what,
if the Xbox Series X came out and it went, oh, you want to play Xbox One games? No, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, of course it would be.
Here's some 360 games.
Here's 4 360
four
games.
360 games, and we'll let you play one every hour. Or do you know what? We might trickle out a new game once a month. We'll release one new game.
Aye.
Yeah.
So they were like, oh, this month you get Gears of War 1. Next time you may get Gears of War 2. And
then they release...
Just give me the 3 of them, you fucking dicks.
Yeah. And they go like, there's Halo Wars. I'm like, what about Halo? There's Halo Wars 2.
What about Halo? Here's Halo 2.
Is there any more news, man?
I don't think there's any news, but we do have some questions.
Oh, yeah.
Good ones or bad ones?
I think we actually missed this one from last time, so sorry about that, Mabel. But she's wanting us to discuss what our ideal console, if we could build one, and why. And
I think I just explained mine.
Well, I think I would just go with like basically what a lot of people thought Series X was going to be like, or at least going towards more kind of PC like, and you can buy things and, you know, put them into it and expand on it.
Yeah, customizable consoles.
Yeah, and like imagine this would never ever happen, but you could buy like just a universal kind of dock thing with like bits in it, and then you could go to Microsoft and be like, all right, give me a wee mini console, and then you would just slot it in. Then you could play Xbox games. Go to Sony, buy that, and put it in as well. You know, like,
yeah,
that would be great. But
I'm going to rain on your parade.
It'd never ever happen.
Yeah, it can't happen because
that's what I'm saying.
Developers just can't design.
Yeah, no, again, that's why it's the same dream. It's just like
honestly, that like it'd be nice to just have one console.
Yeah,
that didn't make my room a fucking sauna.
Aye, yeah, it needs to stay cool.
Yeah.
It's like my dream is to have a games console in a sauna.
We need to use,
feels like it, man.
We need to use Ice as like processor, and you could also get slushies out of it.
Download Ice DLC.
It's like, what would yours play? Everything?
Yeah.
I mean, I really wouldn't need everything. Obviously, if it was like a dream console, I'd play everything. But
it was just a PC. I'm just a PC.
A PC is probably, if you really look at it, your best option for range and variety.
Yeah.
But there's always going to be exclusives on each console. So
yeah.
But
if you had to really kind of boil it down to it, yeah, PC is probably the...
Is she talking about dream console, like exactly dream console you'd want to buy? Like the one that's like...
So what would be your ideal console if you could build one, and why?
If you could build one... I think the Series X is probably as close as I'm going to get to something I love. But I also have a thing called a Retro Freak from Japan, and it plays... It even plays consoles I don't think you'd even know about. Like, it's, TurboGrafx or the PC Engine.
Well, I've got, like, my brother made me like a Raspberry Pi that has, like...
Yeah.
Every NES, SNES, all these weird different consoles as well. This plays
the physical game.
Oh, right, okay. Right.
So, like, what it'll do is you'll put the physical game in and it'll rip it. It'll just take the ROM off it, and you can either save the ROM or play it from the cartridge. And that's perfect. It plays like every retro console through HDMI, and you can put filters on it. It's just the best console for retro gaming. So like I want to play Game Boy games on a fucking 4K TV because they look fantastic. By the way,
I do think that's a great question as well, to have that discussion sort of talking about. I mean, like, I think that might be the best answer for it, a Series X, but with like little bits like that. But do you know, maybe have the Series X, I mean, this is going to sound fucking ridiculous, but have it with a built-in 4K projector.
Oh, that'd be cool, yeah.
So you could have it basically portable, you could play anywhere, you can fix the screen, like, you'd basically get rid of TVs, so you don't need to have that if you've got like a projector ability to have that. That's something that I think would be quite futuristic, maybe one day.
That or wireless HDMI.
Oh yeah, wireless HDMI would be great.
Getting rid of wires in my room, man. Like, ridiculous.
Or even just like ones that connected to a wireless headset, like a VR headset would be pretty cool as well.
Yeah.
So we're pretty much talking about, the Series X. You can put it into Windows mode or debug mode, and you can run emulators. So the Series X is pretty much the best console that's ever been made. As far as console,
he was like, okay, next question.
Like it can play everything. Except PS5 fucking exclusives or PS4 exclusives, but like it can play pretty much fucking everything.
I mean, yeah, of course. I would say like that's right. Yeah, thanks for the question.
And if a dream console to buy, Neo Geo, AES.
I would have.
I know that isn't a question. I just
original. I would say original Mortal Kombat arcade. I would have that as my dream console if I could have that, like the full one. I can remember the first time ever seeing Sub-Zero rip someone's head off with the spine. There, I remember watching that at Flamingo Land when I was really young, and I was like, "That's cool." And I can remember, I think it might have been Kev was with us, and he's like, what the hell was that? And I went, I don't know, but I want to see that again. And we watched another guy.
It's changed my life.
And we watched another guy goes, oh, do you want to see this? And he did Kano. And Kano, through Johnny Cage, ripped out his heart. And I was like, whoa.
That's so cool.
And I can remember Kev going, you're not terrified of that? I went, that's awesome. But yeah, a Mortal Kombat cabinet would be pretty sweet.
Do you know what I would like? I don't know if any of you remember this, but the Medal Centre, the swim baths in Dumbarton used to have a metal
slug, yeah.
And like you'd put 20 pence in this fucking Neo Geo cabinet, and like you'd have like a million lives, and like mom used to be like, "When we need to leave," and I'm like, "Look, I've not died." Like, and Neil, like, see, looking at fucking Metal Slug back then. Metal Slug looked beautiful.
It was nice.
I really want that cabinet. Like, see that cabinet. Like, I don't have room for that cabinet. Yeah. Like,
make room.
Sinead would fucking.
Sinead kick her out.
If I started collecting arcade cabinets, Sinead would be like, "You need to move it." Like a Neo Geo cabinet or a Neo Geo AS, which is pretty much the same thing.
Yeah. Hamish, what about yourself, man?
Well, I remember being on holiday one time, and I can't remember where it was, but my brother and I, it was like some wee bar that we went to, but we were too young to actually drink. But it was this like big glass table, but it had some kind of console in it. And you put money in it, and then it had like loads of games.
Oh yeah, like a cocktail table. It's called.
Yeah. So you could just sit there with like a drink and like.
I'll play Pac-Man and stuff.
If you want, people make them, by the way.
Yeah, I know you can obviously get them, but again, it's the space, you know. What I mean?
You can use it as a table to put your drinks on.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can actually use it as just your table, and then it's like, oh, you know what, I want to play a game.
Yeah, I think I've only seen Pac-Man in them, but like I know you could probably put emulators on them too.
Yeah.
The only other thing I'd think I would love would be either the Kiss or the Metallica pinball machine, because both of them are great. The Metallica one they used to have in a pub in Glasgow called the Solid Rock, and they didn't have it. They turned off the music for it because it was in a music bar. They were playing that, and I was like, oh, that's a shame. I wonder what it's like. And then I think HMV in Glasgow had it in, and it had the music playing for the Kiss and for the Metallica one, and it was like when you're hitting the ball, it was like Master of Puppets is playing. You get to select which track you want. I was like, oh my god, it's amazing. Something like that would be pretty sweet. But when you look at the prices of pinball machines, holy shit! I'm fucking
the virtual tables, which is like just screens and it just does any table for you. But like it's not the same. It's not the same. It's still cool though.
Yeah.
The thing is, I mean, if you're gonna have a place big enough to have like a room for all of these, then you're not gonna worry too much about the cost of a pinball because you know you've got a big, massive fucking house. You know.
Yeah. Well, thanks very much for the question, Mabel.
Yeah, sorry for not answering that before. I'm sure I saw that after we recorded the last one.
Yeah, I think we did. We also got a question from Nicola.
Oh.
And this is a big one, guys, and it's one we've talked about a couple of times. When are you guys all going to stream together?
Oh.
So this doesn't really need to be even the big 24-hour stream, but just streaming together. Obviously the 24-hour stream would be great, but I think we should definitely get something.
It'll take a little bit of logistics to get all the cameras and stuff together for it, but like I think we could do it soon.
You're talking about the big one, the big 24-hour?
No, even just streaming together, because like one webcam's not going to do it. You're going to have to connect a few, and I think it's going to have to be Dom's PC that deals with it, because it's a fucking beast. So
yeah, I was just letting Hugh know, like we had a bit of a terrifying moment where the Windows decided to fucking die in this house. It killed Jason's PC and killed my PC.
Oh really? Yeah.
I wasn't doing anything illegal, like downloading Pro Tools and a PlayStation 2 emulator to see if I could play Sims in the hood. Or Sims in the city. Sims in the hood.
What? You and Jason were just downloading some weird shit together.
Yep.
Like,
but I think it was supposedly it was a Windows update that basically just crashed a lot. Yeah.
Is it okay now?
It's fine
now. Did you lose anything? Or?
Thankfully it was weird. I managed to back up absolutely everything before. Because Jason's like, hey man, have you got like Windows somewhere? I'm like, I do. It's like, I fucking gave Hugh like a disc with like a flash drive with like Broly on it, and I'm sure I sorted out when you first got the PC.
Yeah.
But I'm reformatted his, and then his started working again, and it sounded like it was going to fucking take off before, but now mine's like, you know, mine's is on right now at the moment. You can't hear it. Jason's was like, but now it's working. He's like, oh, that's fucking strange.
Just the fans must have been set to 100%. Like,
and I came into mine, and mine's black screened as well. I was like, fuck. So it's all fine now. I've saved the majority of stuff from our streams and that. But yeah, I think if we are going to stream it all together, we'll probably up here. And thankfully, I've got like the equipment. I've got like the Logitech Bio camera the B-roll camera. Yeah. So we'll move it there. And
we could have different angles. Cause I've got a few webcams as well. So like we could have.
So we'll do something that just depends what we want to play. Maybe not overcook.
Maybe. I mean, I was looking at
what
that.
What did you say? Sorry, Mario Kart 64.
Mario Kart 64. I made me a shout.
I was looking at that. Space Jam 2.
Oh no!
Side scroller. I'm definitely LeBron though.
Oh. It was at Bugs and Lola.
Bugs and Lola. So you guys can fight over.
Bugs and Lola are better than LeBron.
No, they're not. They're not even real.
Exactly.
And LeBron is.
Of course he is.
Oh shit! That hairline ain't real.
No, it's definitely not. So we never actually say that. Like by the end of the month, we want to have one.
Yeah, well,
like, it depends on when all of our work kind of coincides.
We'll try. We'll keep you up to date on Instagram,
I was
Facebook
actually
and stuff.
Looking at my rota earlier on, and I don't have 2 days off together this month.
Shit. But again, we'll organise something. We'll have a chat. We'll have a chat about it, and we'll let you know soon as.
Yeah, just keep a wee eye on the Instagram, and we will actually actively talk about doing something now, because we're bad for like, oh yeah, we need to talk about that, we need to sort that out, and then it just like
peters off. But no, we'll do something.
But yeah, thanks for the question, Nicola, though.
Thank you.
And we will get round to that. So I think that brings us to the end, guys. Have you had a good time?
Yeah, I've had a good time. It was nice, like, catching up after a couple of weeks.
No.
Okay. Well.
Hugh, you never have a good time. Why are you here?
To fucking annoy you too.
You're doing a very...
I'm not quitting this, just like... I just want to like...
No, you're not quitting. You're just getting fired.
Can't fire me. I just push.
We wish you best in your future endeavour, mate.
So it'll just be me at one point. I used to like, I'm not doing this anymore with him, and I'll just be like, I am the podcast now.
Yeah, I'll do the theme song. Boop boop boop.
Dude, I'll be dumb. Well, I was watching.
See, Hugh, the thing is, you might do that. You might record a podcast, but then it would come to editing it, and it would never see the light of day.
I'll never need to edit it.
Because it never happens.
It's only you.
I don't need to edit it then. Like, I'm Hamish and I was playing Assassin's Creed. I'm Dom and I was watching stuff. And I'm Hugh and I'm fucking great. There we go. End of podcast.
We always say this, Hugh. The person always says that they're great are not the greatest people.
I never said it. It was my character Hugh.
All right. Okay, I get it.
That makes total sense. That redeems it.
I was playing a character. It was me in the future.
He was playing an asshole, so he was doing a really good job, wasn't he?
I was just raging because I pure nailed his voice.
You did Hugh's voice?
Was that not him talking a minute ago?
No.
Whoa, Hugh, that's impressive, mate.
Watching stuff. I'm watching stuff.
See?
Oh no, Jason's just going, who goes?
That bass.
Boom, 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 boom.
Jason, get off your knuckles.
Anyway, before this goes too much further off the track. So goodbye from Hugh.
Goodbye.
A goodbye from Dom.
See you all next time, guys.
And a goodbye from me, Hamish. Thank you very much for joining us. See you next time.
Paige, you want to go for a walk? You want to go for a walk? Yeah, she want to go for a walk.